Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Bibek Chand and I am the Master Faculty Advisor on the Gainesville campus, and this presentation will be a reprise of the in-person presentation you had recently. So we'll be talking about all the degrees that are offered through our department and how to maximize the classes you've taken, as well as maximizing the utility of your degree based on the choice that you make.
The core curriculum, which is going to be the requirements institutionally as well as in the university system of Georgia. And the core curriculum is 60 credit hours and it has 6 areas A to F. Okay, and just to give you a heads up, any class taken within these 60 credit hours, they cannot be applied to more than one area. So make sure that you plan your courses accordingly, right? So if you take one course and you put it in one particular area, you cannot use that same course in another area, just to give you a heads up. Okay, now the core curriculum, folks, these are the requirements. Your plan of study should also highlight them. Okay, so make sure that you're familiar with your plan of study. But area A is going to be 2 English courses and 1 math course. The classes you have to take, they're all listed in the plan of study. Like I said, that's your friend, so make sure you use them. Area B is modern language and global courses. To give you a heads up here, because global issues is part of your major requirement, you cannot use this PULS 2401. You cannot use this in area B. Okay, so make sure you're mindful of that. Area C is literature and fine arts or philosophy. Area D is natural sciences, math and computer science. Okay, and then you have social sciences in area E. Another caveat here, do not use American government or global issues in the social sciences area. They will go towards your major. Okay, so anything with PULS, whether be it 1101 or 2401, these 2 courses, please don't use in area B or E. Okay, just to give you a heads up, this is very important. They are required for your major, so they cannot go to the core curriculum, because remember, you can only use them in one area. Okay, area F is going to be introduction to your major courses and electives. And area F is where you take most of the courses related to your particular major. And then, like I said, you have to plan accordingly and make sure that PULS 1101 or 2401 are not used in areas B or E. Now, let's move on to look at some of the degrees that are offered in our department. Now, our department offers a wide array of different degrees. We have the Associates in Political Science or AA degree, also called Political Science Pathway, which is offered at the Gainesville campus. We also have the Bachelor of Science in Political Science. Okay, this is offered in Dahlonega, Gainesville, and it's also offered online, just to give you a heads up. And there's also, we have BS in Political Science with a pre-law concentration, which is found at Dahlonega, and then another one in American Politics in Dahlonega again. And the other 2 degrees, BA in International Affairs and Strategic and Security Studies, they're both in Dahlonega as well. Okay, so please be mindful of your degree and make sure that you can complete that degree successfully in your particular chosen campus, if you may. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to begin with the BS in Political Science, a Bachelor of Science. Okay, now even within that particular degree, remember there's 3 different iterations. You have the BS in Political Science, right, without any sort of concentration. Then you have the BS in pre-law, and then you have the BS with a concentration in American Politics. Okay, now the difference between these 3 is for the BS in Political Science, you're required to have a minor. Okay, for the pre-law concentration, you're required to have a 1 6 credit hour internship, but no minor is required. And for the American Politics concentration, you need 2 6 credit hour internships, but no minor is required here as well. So these are the basic differences between the different BS degrees, the Bachelor of Science and Political Science degrees. Okay, the required courses in area F for the BS in Political Science, first and foremost, it's American government, and we recommend that you take American government as soon as possible because it's a prerequisite for any 3,000 to 4,000 level courses in the department. Okay, you're also required to take the Intro to Political Science and then the Global Issues class, which is also a prerequisite for a lot of 3,000 to 4,000 level courses. So we recommend that you take the first three, PULS 1101, PULS 2101, as well as PULS 2401 early on in your career, so you can take higher level courses as you move forward. Okay, so keep that in mind. For the other three areas, you choose one of these courses that are available to you, and you will complete area F for the political science degree. For the international affairs degree is a little bit different. Okay, you will need 48 hours of a major coursework for this. Minor is not required either. Okay, but you have to choose an area of specialization, and we focus on 4 different areas: East Asia, Europe, Latin America, and Middle East. Study abroad and international internship are highly recommended. Just to give you a heads up, they do require some prior planning, but we do have scholarships, and the department sends out email about scholarship opportunities. So please be mindful of that as you plan your academic journey in this particular major, okay? The BA in International Affairs. So for area F, for International Affairs, is similar to the Bachelor of Science with some caveats, right? So American government is required, introduction to political science, global issues, they're all required. But you also have to take a modern language course, which is not part of the core curriculum. So in area B, remember, you are required to take a class right here. Let me show you. Okay, right here, modern language, right? Area B, you cannot use the same class here. Okay, it has to be different, right? And just to give you a heads up, you must complete all modern language 1000 level prerequisites before attempting any 2000 level courses, right? So 1000 level courses have to be done before you move on to 2000 level courses. So there are prerequisites for that as well, okay? And then you have 2 other areas you have to fulfill. You have either a modern language course at the 2000 level, or you can take Econ 2105, okay? And then you have one of the options from these 3 different classes that are available to you. Then we come to the strategic and security studies. Remember, this is available at Dahlonega. It requires 54 hours of major coursework. No minor is required for this as well. You have the common curriculum, which is for 21 hours, okay? And then you have 7 concentrations, which you will have to take 21 credit hours of as well, okay? You have cybersecurity, you have geospatial intelligence, history, intelligence, international affairs, language, military science, right? So you have a lot of different options for this particular concentration, for this particular major, okay? Study abroad is required for 6 credit hours. It can also be an international internship. It has to be 3 hours at 3000 to 4000 level, and 3 hours maybe anywhere else in your plan of study. Okay, just to give you a heads up, you will have to consult your faculty advisor to set these up, and they do require advanced planning. So remember, they might incur additional costs. Scholarships may be able to assist as you make those decisions. Required courses for strategic and security studies, American government as always, okay? You can also take Introduction to Political Science, or you can take Modern Military History. Okay, so you have an option here of taking Modern Military History, okay? Global Issues is also required, and then Modern Language 2001 and 2002, these 2 courses are also required, and then you're also required to take one of these courses that are listed here, okay? So a bunch of different majors, folks. You have a lot of options, and plan accordingly as you make those journeys, okay? Internships for our degrees, they cannot be taken until you complete 48 credit hours, okay? So about 14 courses, okay? Sorry, 24 courses, not 14. I can't do math. But prior authorization of internship coordinator is required for this particular I would say endeavor within your academic discipline, okay? So what you will have to do is contact any of these individuals, and you will have to set up your internship through them. So we have Dr. Carl Cavalli at the Dahlonega campus for political science, Dr. Trey Wilson for the Gainesville campus, you have Dr. Jonathan Miner for the international affairs majors, and you have Dr. Edward Meany for the strategic and security studies folks. Okay, so you have different people for different fields or different majors. So make sure you contact the right person and set up your meeting with them before you attempt an internship. So if you want to do an internship, please get in touch with them as soon as possible. Okay, that will not come to you until you get done with 48 hours, just to give you a heads up. Okay, some tips for completing your political science degree. Just to give you a heads up, POLS 1101, Intro to Political Science, which is POLS 2101, and 2401, which is Global Issues. They're largely the prerequisites, the foundational courses for many political science courses, and you will not be able to take a majority of political science courses at the 3000 and 4000 level courses without completing these. Okay, so it's very pertinent that you complete these early on in your academic career. Okay, so my recommendation and the recommendation of most advisors is get these classes in as soon as possible. Okay, so it sets up the stage for you to take other high-level courses in political science. Now, just to give you a heads up, you will need a grade of C or better for POLS courses to count towards your degree. Okay, just to give you a heads up, you will need at least a C for that class to count towards your political science degree. Okay, also note that not all classes are offered every semester. There are some classes that are offered in fall, others in spring. So please be mindful of these as you plan, because if you want to graduate on time, you want to make sure that if a class is not offered in spring, you want to take that in fall and complete it. Okay, so just to give you a heads up about that as well, right? So some of them are also not offered every year, so they come in cycles. So please plan ahead of time, right? This is very important for you to do, because you don't want to miss any classes which may hamper your graduation timeline. So you want to plan ahead, make sure that the course is completed. Okay, so next we'll talk about is student success resources. We have a bunch of different opportunities, different I would say resources that you can use to make your journey smoother. You have tutoring services, you have the Center for Global Engagement if you're looking for study abroad, and then you want to do an international experience, you go through CGE. We also have a language lab, a writing lab if you need help with your writing, right? If you have a paper you want somebody to look at, you can set up a time with the writing lab. You also have the math lab if you need help with it. You have SI sessions for particular majors if you're looking at supplemental instruction, if you need more discussion on your particular class. We also have career services if you're looking at tips as well as guidance in writing a cover letter or a resume or interview skills. Okay, and we also have student counseling services if you need that support. So make use of these resources, folks. These are very helpful as you make your academic journey at UNG just that, yours, right? So if you need any of this, please look at the information on the UNG website and you should be able to reach out to them. Okay, you should have also gotten this information during orientation. Career opportunities for political science and international affairs majors. There's a bunch of different places you can work at. We have had students who have gone on to law school, others who have gone on to consulting firms. Some students prefer to go into joining, local political parties. Okay, do local politics, if you may, interest groups, defense contractor, think tanks, media. There's so many ways in which you can use your particular degree. Okay, and it's very important to discuss this with your advisor as well and make use of the career services. Right, they're there to help as well as you make your transition from your academic journey to the work, if you may, the work world. Okay, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you're always welcome to reach out to us. Don't hesitate. Maintain communication with your advisor regularly. And once again, welcome to UNG and specifically to the Department of Political Science and International Affairs. We're happy to have you here and we're happy to help. And just reach out to us and we'll be on our journey.